Hey there, YouTubers. What's happening? Good morning. Good AM to you. It is a 6:20 a.m. 6:23 a.m. to be precise for you perfectionists out there. I'd like to know the exact time. 6:23 a.m. February 8th, 2017. How are you today? Just want to talk a little bit more about Greenwich Police, Stanford Police, the courthouse here in Stanford, the Stanford Superior Courthouse, the Connecticut judicial system I'd like to talk about. Let me ask you something. What do you think, in symbolism? In math, well, if you're mathematically minded like I am, you notice symbolism. You notice patterns. You notice a lot of things like, put it this way, I've been driving around this area for 25 freaking years, locally. Done everything from courier work to this work to that work to all kinds of work. Live around, all around town, locally. All around the tri-state area, locally. It's a lot different on the highway and a lot different when you're in an airplane. You can go from point A to point B in an airplane, you ain't seeing much at ground level, are you? And when those astronauts look out from outer space and see the Earth, all they see are clouds and sky. They don't see us, do they? So anyway, back to Greenwich and Stanford. I have grown up here. I've spent my whole life here, 45 years strong. Lower Fairfield County, just outside New York City. We're only 20 minutes away from the boogie down Bronx, baby. Now, I don't know where anyone came from in Connecticut, but if you just came out of the woods yesterday, if you just came out of the desert yesterday, then let me explain something to you. We're only 45 minutes out of one of the biggest cities in the entire world. Okay? So if you think Stanford City of is a big city, well, it's not. Or should I say, as in woodsmen do, it ain't. Okay? Stanford's nothing. Blatantly obvious what goes on around here. Midtown News. Ups the New York Post Times, or the New York Post by whatever amount of pennies it wants to. It crosses off the price, and it writes its own price. Well, that's illegal. Midtown News, Stamford, Connecticut. Espresso Pizza, Greenwich, Connecticut. They've been paying cash to their employees forever. That's illegal. To accept cash is illegal, so no one's going to say anything. Maybe I will, right now. I'd say they're evading taxes. Or doing something or other to get real money. Or get their money and then launder it through their business. Maybe they're laundering money at Espresso Pizza. Espresso Pizza. It's a Ralph boy, eh? Can I help you? Anyway, they're only a one-hole establishment, aren't they? A one hole-in-the-wall establishment. That's all they are. They never grew much over the last 25 years. Maybe they don't need to. Maybe they're growing in New York somewhere because they're still from the Bronx. They're still out of the Bronx. They haven't even moved to Connecticut. They don't give a crap about Connecticut. I don't know. Some people that do, some people that don't. Hey, it's all down to the individual these days. All boils down to the individual. I don't care what uniform you got on. I don't care what outfit you got on. I don't care what you wear to work. I don't care what you look like. I don't care if you got a doctor's outfit on. I don't give a shit. Doesn't mean you're a good doctor. Doesn't mean you're a good person. See, it comes down to this, the heart. I don't care if you got a police uniform on. That's what's behind the badge that counts, right? You gotta be a gentleman first before you can be an officer. I mean, it goes officer and a gentleman, but really it's reverse of that. You could be a gentleman first. Then try being a fucking officer, because if you're not a gentleman, then you're just a fucking pig. Got it? Out there, you police forces out there. And I know people are watching this off the Greenwich Police Force and the Stanford Police Force. I already know that. I already know all of Stanford fucking knows me. From all around here. They know me downtown. As a dancing fool. Okay? Because I got the moves. They want to know from me, how do you do those moves? Can you show us? Sorry, it takes years of practice. Years of experience, I'd say. You can't just read all about it and know it. To really know it, you got to do it. So I'm a man of experience. I've done renovation work. I've done driving work. Hey, I've done everything from whole pigs to sushi and in between. That's the Far East, sushi. And all the way west with a whole pig over a rotisserie. 100-pound pig that is. Barbecue style. Okay? Done all that though. So what the hell do you think? Who have I worked with over the past, I don't know, eons, for eons now? Everyone from the Chinese and the Japanese, all the way, and the Thai, to the Indians. That is India, if you don't know that one. All the way over to the West, doing whole pigs. With you Western Europeans. I haven't got out west yet, very far west. For a long time, but I know the further west you go, the better it gets. You people on the East Coast got to get something straight, man. A lot of fighting went on here a long time ago on the East Coast. For everything. You dig up most of these cities along the East Coast. It'd be an archaeological dig. You would not believe. Dig up New York City. Yeah, make an archaeological dig out of it. And see what comes up out of the ground. Bodies from long since when will come up. Bones only, really. Bones. Old-ass bones. They've been there for centuries. That fought over this land. Right here on the East Coast, most of the fighting went on here. In the Midwest, we just try to maintain the law. The law of the land, basically. Does anyone know what the law of the land is out there? Because you can follow your laws, man's laws, all you want. But if you follow the law of the land, say the 4 rules I go by, 4 rules only. Okay? Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, and don't hurt. For the sake of your own pleasure, for the sake of your own pocket, for the sake of your own power. Don't do those 4 things for those 3 reasons. And you're okay in this world. You don't have to worry about man's law all much. Really. Do you? Just have good morals. Try that one. Out for size. Where are the morals in this country gone to? Back to Stanford Police. Greenwich Police. Talk about morals. They have none of them. They don't have morals. The FBI here has no morals in Connecticut. In fact, corruption runs rampant in Connecticut. It would, wouldn't it? Because where there's lots of money, where there's lots of private money, there is definitely a lot of corruption. You don't have corruption in Nebraska, in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, or wherever. Do you know why? Because government employees make about as much as anyone else does there, or more. The best jobs are government work. Around here, these here parts. Around here. To all you hicks that say, you know, you don't make enough to live like everybody else does. See, that's the problem. You're jealous. You want it as bad as anyone else does around here. You're a human, right? Or are you? Why are you so happy all the time? Why are you making $100 an hour for construction? You got your hands in your pockets, police. You're playing with your numbnuts? Really? Get your hands in your pockets, direct traffic around here when you're doing it. Try it. Try real work. So just standing there, talking to each other on your cell phones. Boys. Hey, the judicial system decided to give me a trial without a trial. I pled not guilty. And they found me guilty without a trial in between. We all know I have a constitutional right to a trial. As the case may be, I'm suing Connecticut now. So everybody knows out there. Besides, I ain't talking about it. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's between me and my lawyer. Or lawyers, should I say. Maybe it's just between me, myself, and I. Maybe I'll be my own lawyer. You can represent yourself in this country. You know that, right? Anybody knows that, right? You can represent yourself. You have a right to do that, too. I think in Connecticut, they forgot all about rights a long time ago. The Greenwich Police, a year and a half ago, surrounded me on East Weaver Street. East Weaver Street. Look it up. It's different than Weaver Street.